So this camera has been around a while now, and I've been testing this camera out for a couple months. But the question is it still a solid camera in 2025? Is it still the best hybrid camera in 2025? So we're gonna see today on my full review of this camera. All right, so I had this camera for about 3 or 4 or 5 months now, and I've been doing a ton of things, creating these YouTube videos like this one, and also creating content from our studio, doing different creative shoots. I've just been doing a ton of things. And the first thing that I noticed about this camera is the body. The body on this camera is pretty solid, and it has a ton of buttons. And to be honest, when I first got the camera, I was a little overwhelmed. I was like, all right, what is all this? But we figured it out by then, of course, in 3 to 4 months. And even though it got a solid build, I ain't gonna lie, I did drop this bad boy one day. Like, I was recording in my office and it definitely fell off the tripod, but it's not broken. So we good. This goes to show like the durability of this camera and how solid it is. So once you get the camera, you get the camera body, of course, in the package I got, and I'm gonna link it below in the description. I had the kit lens as well. So with the kit lens, it's pretty decent. It's a 28 to 70. F-stop goes down to 3.5, which is decent. It's a whole nother video on, aperture and f-stops and all that good stuff. But anyway, back to the camera. So the body is pretty sturdy, so not too much to say on that. It's just a solid camera. All right, next, one of the main reasons I bought this camera is to shoot in S-Log. So previously on the camera I have my M50 that I'm recording on right now. After doing some research and playing around with the camera, I don't think it records in that definition. I think this is just a great vlogging camera, but when it comes to color and having that full flexibility of editing, I think this camera really shines, and especially has that 10-bit color range. So I wanted to really play with that. So every video I've shot since getting this camera has been shot in S-Log 3. And trust me, I definitely had some learning to do. It took me through a lot of ups and downs in learning how to color grade, because before I just do a regular video like this and up the exposure, make it a little darker here and there, but that's pretty much it. So I had to learn color grading from the ground up. And this camera really helped me do that. And yeah, and I just love the color profiles that you can do with this camera. It looks so much better than what I had before, even though the capabilities are different. But anyway, this is a higher quality camera. The price tag definitely up there too, but it's worth it. So how about this? Let me just show you what the color grade looks like compared to like this video, which it still looks good, but let me show you from log footage, Rec 709, and also all the way up to fully graded. So how about this? Let's just get straight into this camera. All right. So now we have the Sony A7 IV on the tripod, and this is what log look like. So doesn't look good, right? So let's transition over to a Rec 709. So now the footage looks a little regular. It looks like more true to color, but now let's move over to color grade. So the color grading usually is more vibrant, and it's pretty much shines when you have like a lot of colors going on. In this setup, I really don't have that many colors. It's pretty much white light. But the thing when you shoot an S-Log, it's very much more sharp than not shooting an S-Log, because like I said before, you get more image quality, you get more information into the camera, and thus give you more range to play with the camera and what you can and cannot do. All right, so now you see the difference in my M50 and my Sony A7 IV and using S-Log 3. I'm not gonna say it's a huge difference. Let me stop lying. It is a huge difference in a lot of cases, but I just like this camera better. And y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think of the quality and the color grading. So yeah, back to my M50. Let me get this off the tripod. All right, we back. So back to the M50, because I gotta review this bad boy. But yeah, like you just seen, it's a journey in regards to color grading, but you definitely get different look from color grading, and it also makes a sharper image, because the S-Log picture profile, when you shoot in that mode, it brings in more data into the actual camera, and which gives you the more flexibility to edit the video. So yeah, that was one of my main selling points on buying this camera. We just talked about editing videos, color grading, and all those good things. But if you still need a little bit of help, the sponsor of this video, Dehancer, has the plugins for you. So Dehancer is a film emulation software that you can use as a plugin on pretty much all, if not most, editing softwares like Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe, Premiere Pro, whatever you use, you can pretty much use Dehancer on that platform. So I want to break it down real quick what these plugins and pretty much what a LUT is. So think about it as a vibe to your video. So when you have a log footage, you're going to throw a Rec 709 on there to bring it back to regular color grade, but you still have that flexibility. LUTs and plugins, what they do is pretty much put that cinematic vibe on top of your footage. And that's pretty much the easy way to do it. But with that said, let's go into some footage I shot on my camera and get into Dehancer and see what it looks like. All right, y'all, so let's get into actually using Dehancer program like Final Cut Pro. So that's what I use when I edit videos. And I chose 3 different videos that you probably haven't seen before because they are on my other channel. So if you want to check these videos out, go hop over to my other channel, link in the description, but let's get into it. So once we use this software, we're gonna go here to source, and also I'm gonna put a link in the description on how to put it in here, because I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit of a headache, at least for me, but link is below. So we're gonna choose the camera. We got the Sony A7 IV. We're gonna go, I shot this in S-Log3. So that's that. And then we're gonna go over to this. So when I think about LUTs and plugins, I think about them as the vibe of the video. So as you can see here, they have a long list of different plugins and slash LUTs that you can use to kind of switch up the vibe of what you're looking for in your film or just video. So I think, me personally, I think this program is mainly triggered for folks that want to get into like cinematography, but you can also do it on your day-to-day, YouTube video. So let's switch it up on some of these other ones and see, pretty much to go through do the same thing. Get the camera settings going, S-Log3, and then we can add some exposure on this one. We can change the temperature and pretty much do the same thing what we did on the other one. It's pretty much like a different way to color grade if you want to like a somewhat easier way, or just you like this option, you can do that. So with this one, I'm gonna change that to that, brighten it up a little bit, and then go here. So when I say the vibe of a video, like you can really move some stuff around, like really change it to almost anything that you were looking at. So say for example, we chose this one, and then we chose to change the temperature, Then you got that, I really like this look. We didn't go for this look when I did this video, but like the red mixed with the yellow instead of just the red and white is by changing the temperature in this program. And just see how it pretty much goes. I like the look, kind of gives a little vintage look, but like I said before, like it can definitely switch up the vibe of your whole video, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what you're looking for. Dehancer pretty much got what you're looking for in regards to your plugins, and a cool thing about them is they have updates with their plugins. So usually if you get a LUT pack, it's just what it is and when you purchase it. With Dehancer, they also upgrade their LUT packs and plugins over time as well, so the quality and the actual product itself gets better. All right, y'all, if y'all interested in the Dehancer product, the link is in the description below. And also, if you want to get 10% off, make sure you add in Simply Tech 27 for that 10% discount on your purchase. So the Sony A7 IV is a great camera for pretty much professionals or amateurs. It'll just be a little bit of learning curve, but it's somewhat easier to use than, the camera I've been using is my M50. Say for example, if you have to go in and change like your f-stop, your shutter speed, you have to manually go into that camera and change those features. On this camera, you can pretty much do it from a ton of these dials that's already set on the camera. So with the controls here, you can change the aperture, the ISO, pretty much everything on the camera from the dials that's already physically on the camera. So that way, if you need to change something, you don't have to go all through the software of the camera It's very easy to use, and yeah, and then you can also customize these controls as well, which I really love. Is when I'm out and about and I'm shooting and I need to say bump up the ISO, I can just turn this wheel around and the ISO is where it needs to be. I don't have to click anything on the screen and go into the camera and change it. So after you make those presets, you're pretty much good to go. So those controls are perfect. It has pretty much everything, if not more than what you need on a day-to-day shoot or just shooting on this camera. So yeah, love the controls on this camera. All right, so even though I love the way this camera is built, I'm gonna say I'm very frustrated with this camera. I don't know if it's just this camera or some of you guys have been going through the same issue. So my issue with this camera is, so at the top here you have a control panel where you can do like presets like 1, 2, and 3, right? So the gist of it is you make a preset, put it on each one, and then say for example, if you want to have a 24 by 50, you put it on 1. If you want to do slow-mo, you put it on 2. If you want to slower, you put it on 3, for example. For some reason, this camera is not saving the right way. Like, I'll do all the presets, follow all the rules, because obviously, like we all do when we get a new camera or something new, we go to YouTube, find somebody that can help you set the camera up in a cinematic way or however you want to do it, and you go from there. But every time I tried to save it, it did not save. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I know a couple filmmakers, I got a couple friends that have this actual camera. I'm calling them like, hey, have you seen this issue before? And they were like, no, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So I boiled it down to, I might just have a software issue or something with this camera. If you ever had this issue with this camera or any Sony camera, let me know in the comments. And if you know the solution to this, let me know, because yeah, it's very annoying. It's not too bad because I can still go in and change things. Like if I put it on manual, my manual seems to save for whatever reason, but my other dials aren't. But I'll just have to, you know, go into the camera and change the frame rate, pretty much like going from 24 to 60 or 150. I just have to go in the camera and change that. Then I can still adjust the ISO with the wheel and also the shutter speed and everything like that from the wheels. Yeah, I'll be good to go, but it's still kind of annoying that I can't make those presets. So if you know what the issue is, or you can help me out with the issue, let me know down in the comments. And if you have the same issue, we might find somebody that know how to fix it or give us some advice on it. So yeah, that's pretty much my only frustration about this camera, for sure. All right, let's take a step back, take away the frustrations, and just think about just the performance of this camera. So I'm gonna say, like, this camera is still solid as hell. Like, if you're a creator and you have aspirations to get better at your craft, you wanna get into color grading, things of that nature, definitely pick this camera up because it's great for beginners. And also, you know, if you start getting better in your journey, it definitely gonna still be able to keep up with you. Definitely love this camera. I love being able to color grade and to create the vibes that I'm looking for in certain shots. And me, I'm very picky. If it doesn't come out like I want it, I won't post it. So this camera helps me out a lot, pretty much get that vision out and do what I need to do with it, you know? So yeah, do I think it's perfect for creators? Hell yes, definitely pick up this camera. It's definitely the move for video and photography. So yeah, still the best hybrid camera in my perspective. All right, last little tidbit I add in this video is the lens. So when you get the kit lens, it's pretty good. It's good for a kit lens, I would say. But I think the best combination with this camera is the Sigma 20-40-70 2.8 f-stop, and this lens is a game changer, man. Like, real talk. Like, I got some good shots with this, but great shots with this one, and it's probably half the price of a G Master lens. So definitely the best combo with this lens and this camera. So link in the description below. I think I'm gonna do another video talking about like the comparisons between the 24-70 and this kit lens and see how they compare, so you can understand what I mean by better. It's not miles better, but it's better enough for you to want to buy it. So be on the lookout for that video. And yeah, all right, y'all, I appreciate y'all for watching. That's pretty much the end of this video. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. At the time of recording this video, we almost to 1,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate it if you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure you check out this video right here too. And until next time, people, peace.